This is my third time trying to film this video. I filmed it last week, went to my computer to start editing this morning, and there was nothing there. So here we are again, and hopefully this time it works. If you guys are new, back in 2020, I started a 10 things series, and it was basically a whole bunch of videos I did talking about 10 things you should bring to college, 10 things you shouldn't, 10 things you might be forgetting, like things like that, where it's like about college or packing or things like that. And I haven't done one of these in a while, but I figure with it being back to school time, I would do another one. So this one, it's gonna feel like common sense, but I just feel like it's one of those things that like you think you have everything, but maybe you're forgetting something that's like so important that you're like skipping over it. So this is gonna be 10 things I use every day in college. So these are like my top 10 necessities that I think I couldn't live without. I'm not gonna preface this, but obviously before every one, it seems like common sense. So I'm not gonna be like, this seems like common sense, but I recommend this because that's why they're on the list. Because they're things I use every day, and to me, they seem like common sense and necessity. So let's get into it. First is a book bag. I'm putting this on there because you could use like a tote bag, a purse. Like you don't necessarily need a book bag, but personally that's what I use. Typically, I only bring like my computer, my iPad with me to class, and then maybe like a pen or pencil or something like that. I ordered mine off of Amazon. It was maybe like $30, but I really like it. It has like a lot of zippers, pockets. So I'll link it down below if you guys are interested or like need a new backpack. Next is an espresso or a Keurig, or really just any sort of coffee machine. It could be even like cold brew bottles that you buy at the store. I use either an espresso or the Keurig, or both, at least every single day. I find coffee very important before my day, during the day, all that kind of things. And I definitely had a Keurig my freshman year. I didn't have the Nespresso machine yet, but then I got it for Christmas the next year, and it was life-changing. So definitely invest in like a good coffee machine if coffee is something that's important to you. Next is an Alexa. I don't want to say too loud because she's gonna turn on, but I use that every single day. Obviously, that's the point of this video, but I use it for my alarm. I use it to set reminders, timers, anything like that. I love it for my alarms because I set it at night just by like saying set my alarm, and you can like pick a song that she'll, you know, go off to. And then in the morning, my favorite part is like you don't have to open your eyes to even like snooze or stop your alarm. You just have to say off or snooze. It's so nice. I love it for my alarms. That's like my favorite thing ever. Casey, come here. I told her I was gonna put her on the spot and I was gonna call her in here. This video, it's 10 things I use every day in college. What's something you use every day in college that you recommend?
Your laptop.
Yeah, that's on the list. I got that later down.
Pencil.
It's really
I don't
helpful.
know.
It's kind of hard to think of 10 like necessity things.
I don't know if I use 10 things every single day.
You look at my list, you probably use at least 9 of them.
I don't use an Alexa.
You just turned it on.
Oh. I don't use a monitor.
Okay, so 8 out of 10. I got it pretty good. Okay, that's all I needed. I was just curious if you had a good one.
Laptop.
Laptop. I think that's number 9.
Phone.
Yeah, I did put that on there. But I'm thinking like college-wise. I wouldn't use my phone for college. Where was I? iPad and GoodNotes. So I use my iPad every single day. I use it for notes. I use it as a planner.
My planner.
That's what I just said. Did you hear me? Yeah.
You just said that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's number 5, but I just was getting there. That's a good one. See? How do you use paper planner? Do you use electronic planner? Do you
want to see it?
Yeah.
I had to get one to show the world.
Okay.
Without a spiral, because they got stuck on my notebook spirals last year, and it like
got intertwined.
Yeah. So it's nice and squishy, and it has large calendar. I don't really use that.
Like a monthly calendar?
And then like days of the week with plenty of room.
Wow.
Get one.
Yeah, that's a good one. iPad and GoodNotes. I'm like, where was I? So I use it to take notes. I use it as a planner. I use it for like everything, honestly. I bring my computer with me to class, but I don't really like, if I don't have to, I don't use it. The only real reason I bring my, I guess laptop, the only reason I bring that is like if I have to type something because I don't have a keyboard for this. But if you guys have an iPad and you don't use GoodNotes, highly recommend. It's life-changing. Next is a planner, but I feel like Casey already covered it. The only thing I was gonna add is There's different ways to plan. Right now I use the iPad to plan, but a really easy way is you can go on like Etsy or Pinterest and find like planner templates and just like print them out or use it digitally. So that's really nice if you don't want to like go out and buy one. You can just kind of like download it and print it if you want like a paper planner. But I'm in a digital planning right now. Favorite thing ever. I made a planner that like has like all the hyperlinks and everything. So like if you click on a tab, it takes you there. I love it so much. It took me forever, but I love it. AirPods. I use these pretty much every day in college, like walk into classes and stuff like that. I listen to music, podcasts, even call people sometimes. Like I just always like to have them just in case. I never put both in either, especially like walking on campus. I always at least have one in, but I feel like that's a necessity for like walking around campus just in case. They're always like in my purse, so they're there if I need them. A water bottle. I have a Hydro Flask right now. It's over there. Doesn't have to be an expensive water bottle. You can go to TJ Maxx and find one for like maybe $10, or even Walmart, Target, like different places like that. You don't have to have like an expensive one, but it's better than like I feel leaving class to go to like the water fountain. You can fill up your water bottle, but just to like have it on you. And I feel like it makes me drink more water when I have it around me. Going off of that would be a Brita. I didn't use a Brita when I lived at home, but then when I went to my freshman year, you had like the water fountain or like the sink water. So we used a Brita, which would fill it up from the water fountain and then would just leave it in the fridge. Moving into apartment, we got a different Brita, but still continue to use that. So I feel like it's not a necessity, but I feel like it's something that people forget or like don't think about. Especially if you're living in a dorm, highly recommend having a Brita. Next is a laptop. Again, me and Casey already talked about that. And again, I really don't use it that much like in class, but I use it more so to like pull up things at home, just have it like on a bigger screen. If I'm like writing on my iPad, I like to have that as like just a bigger screen to look at rather than like splitting my iPad screen. Oh, this better still be recording. Okay, had a heart attack for a second. But my last one is a monitor. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's over here on my desk. A lot of the time I use it, well, I got it for Christmas during COVID, so when all of our classes were online in Zoom, what I would do is I would put the Zoom on my laptop, hook it up to my monitor, so my monitor would have like the PowerPoint, what we were going over if we were doing notes, and then my laptop would just have like the little boxes for Zoom, which I love. I didn't realize how much I needed a monitor until I had one. Like I didn't understand, but it's like 24 inches, so it's pretty big, and that's how I like edit all my videos on it too, because it's better than looking at a tiny laptop screen in my opinion. But again, not a necessity. Like you don't need to have this for college, but it's just something I use every day that you don't understand how much you love it until you have one. So if you're thinking about it, again, would highly recommend, because it's life-changing. A lot of these things are. Really. That is gonna be everything for today's video. If you guys think I forgot something, or if there's something you guys use every day, comment them down below, because I probably forgot a whole bunch on this list. I hope you guys are having an amazing week, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.